Just to sum up, Laurel, in 2 sentences, who are you?
Lahrel is a eclectic melting pot of a melting pot lady who is inspired by the world.
First of all, tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is Lahrel. I'm from London, specific place in London called West London, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
Do you have any Jamaican roots? Or?
I do. On my mum's side, all Jamaican, spread all over the island in many different places. So I visit Jamaica regularly. It's second home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are a singer-songwriter.
Yes.
When did you realize that you wanted to do music?
From, I would say, the age of 5, literally. My dad was in the music business, and he would have, a lot of famous bands that would come to the house, and I would just be in the middle of the living room just performing. And then in church I was performing, and then I ended up going to stage school, and then I ended up studying music, and it's just something that's in me. I couldn't escape it.
I'm assuming it's a Jamaican mixture of a household, so Sunday evening music is definitely a thing. Give me one of those Sunday evening memories.
So mum will get up early Sunday. I mean, the clothes is being washed, the peas is on the fire from the night before, and then there'll be Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, Gregory Isaac, Luciano, just the Sunday classics in the house. And when people used to come over, I actually used to just play all my mum's music, classic music. And everyone used to look at me and be like, how do you know so young about this Garnett Silk or Luciano? Or just like, I was beyond my years. But I was always fascinated with music, and just being in my home, there was always an eclectic mixture of music, with my dad listening to house and jazz and funk, and then my mom being heavily into dancehall as well as reggae. So yeah, it was a great mixture of music influence.
Okay, so how did that love from an early age transition into an actual full-fledged career?
Yeah, I always knew that I wanted to do this, so I was very intentional every step along the way. Didn't know how I was going to get there, but knew I was going to get there. And then I studied music, and then I started recording by the age of 13, recorded my first song by the age of 13, and then was approached by many labels by the age of 15. And from there, I just knew that this was what I was meant to be doing. And I just consistently started and didn't stop, and then became a songwriter, writing for many various artists within the UK and America, from people like Beam, A1 and J1, which is a really big pop group in London, Afrobeat, who I actually have a song with, and many Latin artists as well. So I just continued, which became a very great paid job. And everything just started to just flow nicely from there, and then became an artist and toured the world with Omi as an opening act. And yeah, it's been great ever since.
I know the music business isn't easy though. I'm sure you must have had some trials.
Yes.
Going through. Walk me through that. What's that been like?
It's not been easy. I mean, just not even making money from music and not knowing how to even fund studio, not knowing when it's going to be your time, being with various different organizations or people, and you having to wait and for days and years and months, and not knowing when your opportunity is going to arise. And it's really hard, and then it's just finding your place. Then it's the pressure, then it's the anxiety. So there's a lot of things that come with it that's not easy.
So how have you overcome that?
I have great people around me. I pray. I'm really heavy into my praying and my religion. And I work, and on the flip side of the coin, as much as there is the adversities and there are the issues, music brings me so much joy. So it's my escape. So when I am working, it helps me to overcome. I also, have a great team around me. I have a great manager who is constantly mentoring me. That's Ryan Dillon, and that really helps and really teaches me about business and the game, because that creates less stress, because the more you know is the more you understand and how to navigate through the business. So that really helps me a lot, yeah.
How would you describe your own music?
Yes, I would definitely say it's pop fusion. It's a melting pot. Being from London, you know, I wake up every morning and I will see Asian people, white people, black people, Arab people, different races, different religions. And that has heavily inspired my sound. And then traveling the world is just like a no-brainer. So it's pop fusion with elements of different genres.
You did say you toured with Omi.
Yes.
He's a big thing
Big
locally.
thing.
What was that like?
Oh my God, that was amazing. First and foremost, I had never done a show before. My first show was China in front of 10,000 people. Yes, I was very nervous. Yeah. But it was the biggest experience that I always remember and so grateful for. And yeah, it was amazing. You know the X Factor set? It wasn't just like a casual, you know, like a set that an up-and-coming artist will have. Oh no, this was the creme de la creme, okay? So I had arrived at location and had a sound check, didn't know what I was doing, and walked onto this amazing set, and it was phenomenal. And it was in the middle of China, and the show went really well. And yeah, that was my first experience.
What did you learn from that show that you've taken with you?
So I learned the importance of mastering your craft. I understand that being in the recording studio is completely different from touring. I understood from that show how to utilize a stage and how important it is to be fit and understand, you know, your staging and where you're standing, your crowd anticipation, and just things like that people don't really think about that creates a better show. That's what I learned that day, because I was out of breath and didn't realize I was running up and down and just didn't understand those things.
I'm sure the way that you maneuver in the industry also is different from some of your counterparts, because you are not just a woman, you're a black woman. Mm-hmm. How does that affect how you move about the world?
Personally, I mean, for me, being a black woman is a great thing. I think we're wonderful, we're excellent, and we have so much to offer, especially in the business. I'm able to maneuver around many different cultures because that's how I've grown. So I haven't really faced much adversities. So for me, I'm all about my business as a woman. I make that very clear, and it works for me. You know, I'm very assertive. People understand that whilst working with me, the job gets done. And I don't really face much adversities because I'm very clear with my intentions.
Is that because of your Jamaican side or your UK side?
I would say a bit of both, because I think both sides have got things that are great qualities. So I guess that's a positive for me, but yeah.
Back to pop fusion. Do you have any music out right now that is
Pop fusion?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have a pop song called Witness, and that's featuring Omi. That came out 5 weeks ago, and that's more of a pop ballad style, stripped back, very vulnerable, in love with that song. Me and Omi wrote it, recorded it, and we knew straight away that that was going to be a song that we was going to put out. Let me be a witness, show me how the world works, testify my love, my heart grows stronger, for you no one stands in our way. With you I'll chase paper planes. So baby, let me be a witness. I'll never forget this, and you won't regret this at all. Let me witness love and affection, such beauty, perfection. Oh. And Woman No Cry is a very edgy, a little bit more up-tempo, urban pop. And that was written with an amazing songwriter and artist called Beam, Papa San's son. Yeah, he's phenomenal. And that was on a 24-hour studio session at Plum House Miami Studios in Miami. Yeah, we did a session for 24 hours. And I freestyled, and he looked at me and he said, yes, I love this. This is what we're going with. And that's how it happened.
Okay, so for people who don't know you, what can they expect from you?
They're gonna expect a lot more music, touring. I would say just being present, being in faces, like in your faces a lot more. And I'm just, here to just put out music internationally. I always say that, more features. And that's where I'm starting off with so far. And I'm writing for, a lot of artists, so there'll be a lot more placements and a lot more songs that you will hear in this world that has been written by me. So yeah, that's super important as well to add.
Okay. And just to sum up Laurel in 2 sentences, who are you?
Lahrel is a eclectic melting pot lady who is inspired by the world.